This is a two-in-one video. The audio is about how I trim my hair, but the slideshow is about showing my hair at different lengths. All of these photos result from either twist outs or braid outs. When I trim my hair, I grab locks of hair and usually with the use of sunlight with a light background or artificial light with a light colored background, I carefully go through each lock of hair and look for any split ends or single strand knots. If I find an end in this condition, I trim that strand of hair. I don't trim my ends straight across. When the back of my hair was not long enough for me to be able to bring it forward and carefully look through it, I would take locks of hair from the back and cut straight across. Now that I'm able to see all of my hair comfortably, I no longer cut any part of my hair straight across. I only cut the strands that need to be cut. Sometimes I will trim several times a month, and the reason for this is that I'm looking at a few dozen strands at a time, and it takes a long time to go through all of my hair on my head, so I break up the trimming into several sessions of about 15 minutes each time on different days within a particular month. There are other times where I don't have to trim for a month or for several months because there's just not much I see that needs to be trimmed. So these several sessions of 15 minutes each for several days within a month, all of those sessions combined is equal to one trim. The way that I avoid things like single strand knots, split ends, and tangles is by avoiding things like wash and goes and combing and or brushing my hair while it is dry. And all of the photographs being presented are the result of either braid outs or twist outs. I used to comb my hair out before wetting it, and I stopped doing this because I realized there was no real benefit to doing this, and it caused unnecessary stress to my hair. Just the dry combing itself was stressful on my hair, and then the result of combing it out dry was basically just an opportunity that was presented for the development of knots. Now I only comb and brush my hair when it is slippery and full of water and conditioner, and I do so carefully so that I avoid ripping my hair and taking several months or growth off of it. The few extra minutes that I take to gently comb through my hair really does save lots of length that otherwise would be lost through rough handling. I don't do wash and goes because for me I find that it results in more knots and less organization, and the method usually results in just one day hair. I prefer to take a little more time after washing and organize my hair in a way that will make it last 3 to 4 days. And I also prefer methods that require the least amount of hair manipulation and also which maximize the duration between handling. This is why I avoid wash and goes and instead use twist outs and braid outs. This ultimately reduces the number of split ends, and the reason why I think it helps to reduce the number of split ends is because after a braid out, I'm left with large locks of hair that lay together, and since there's a large number of hair strands that are grouped together, there's more protection because strands of hair are not freely flowing. They're not free to become damaged and tangled. Lessening the mobility of hair lessens its exposure to the elements and to other hair strands. And this is, by avoiding all this, I'm maximizing hair preservation. I also use semi-protective styles frequently, but when I am out, I like to wear my hair down. I use full-on protective styles usually when I'm at home or when I'm driving, or for part of the day at work. For a semi-protective style, I will use a scarf and wrap it around my head, allowing it to cover part of my hair. The reason why I consider this a protective style or a semi-protective style is because it restricts my hair's mobility, and by restricting mobility, it reduces the chances of hair strands rubbing against other strands, which cause tangles, and it also reduces the amount of exposure to the elements like the sun and the wind. I also wear headbands that fan out, hats, and other hair coverings. I don't really have problems with split ends because of these practices. I do get single strand knots occasionally, but I keep them at a minimum by reducing opportunities for them to form. The single strand cutting method is the trimming method that I prefer. Most of my hair is about the same length, but I do have chunks of hair which are pretty evenly distributed throughout my head, and they are longer than the rest of my hair. I like the way it looks, and I find it easy to manage. Different lengths, mostly toward the end of my hair, is basically the result of not trimming all of my hair straight across at one time. My tool of choice for cutting the ends of my hair is a pair of cuticle scissors. I don't cut my cuticles, so I use this pair of scissors only to cut hair. They are very sharp, and its small size allows me to easily navigate through strands of hair.